go.
Yes, although the most dominant noise on the stream at the moment is probably going to be the rain. The rain. Right, yes, so we have 3 out of the 5 wars that I started off with to finish off, and a crusade to contemplate, which I kind of want to not lose, because otherwise I lose Volgast, which I've just gone to quite a lot of effort to get. Was that the sound of giant horses squawking? I think it might have been.
Right, the volume wasn't working, let's try again now. Go on, squawk again. That's better.
Here we go. And we've got the bug where everyone's leaving the defensive pact. Bugger.
Maybe that's why the episode was quieter than usual. And if I tried to increase my volume with the volume from, it'd go and stops at just about 60%.
That is off.
Yes. I'll just have a look at the settings in the settings from.
Well,
Damn
yeah,
it.
Heavy control will probably show you that one thing has gone up to max and another thing is down at 60% and being multiplied by it or something.
Hang on, so. Right, so the war on Ruthenia has just been ended because Stoats happened. These changes caused the war to expire.
How about if something happens there? Oh, it's creeping, it's very violently changing.
Wasn't before that playback section.
In playback it didn't move at all when I tried doing it. It said to 115% apparently, but it didn't change at all. Yeah. Okay, that's weird. It didn't change fully. And nothing's still changing now. I don't know.
Right. Let's research learning to fly to improve my learning. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, we lost. Sorry, I'm trying to provide narration. And it's
Yes,
not
I'm trying to get my sound working.
well, yeah, but it's Linux sound. You know, it's going to be fonted tomorrow in a completely different way. You know that.
Well, now we can do this actually. Allow us back. Right, that's better. Now stop tracking.
Right, anyway, we've lost Ruthenia because of liege changes that meant that our claim was no longer valid, which is very disappointing.
Who's change?
The claimants.
Oh, how did that happen?
I have no idea. It gave me a long message, but I wasn't in a position to interrogate it closely because they were talking. And I was, is it right? Let's build a prototype flying machine. What can possibly go wrong?
Redemption.
Well, yes. Why are you suffering? You're suffering horrific attrition. Okay, that's because you are in fact going through places where the supply limit is tiny. Well, states. I can't build supply depots. Haven't got the technology yet. State.
Why are they not permanently lowered?
Well, it's tactically vital. It's using them all off the best.
Oh, yes.
Then you can lower them to let them on.
Ah, true.
Right.
Well, I keep forgetting that, so I was going to write it back. Like
Let's use Meldrick, our local dung gatherer, to leap the to steer the plane to its doom. On the grounds that he probably won't be missed. Hooray! He's got a cunning plan. Let's listen to the cunning plan. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, other than
Shall it be made into a state?
what was one thing made by a shrewd ruse?
right, he's still in the rivals thing, and everyone's flying machine crashes. Hooray! Hooray! The farmer's daughter. Right. Okay, we are still besieging things. You know what well,
Deanna sent me 11 pages of vector calculus. That's page 1, page 2.
right, let's improve.
Well, these are these things where you just keep writing on continuous paper and then start a new page. So one massively long page per question. Until you get forward and writing things down.
Let's try and deal with
Oh
this
dear.
thing.
Oh look. That appears to be a number of J's known as 4.
Oh dear.
It isn't context being coupled of 0 with 2 or
You can't have one or allowed. I mean, you can have 3 suffixes. So you have epsilon, I, J, K, thing J, thing K, and 1s and 2s are okay, but you can't have 4.
4 is right out.
Oh look, you've got 4 J's. Stop having 4 J's.
So that's cheered them up faction wise. How are we doing? Calling your mates into this war. Well, I mean, I suppose you can. Just don't think it's going to help you very much. Right, we've got Crusade starting in like 54 days. This can't possibly go wrong. I mean, the most that happens is I give up on the Crusade and, you know, try and get the county back somehow.
Well, ideally, though, it will turn out then to be a minor independent kingdom that you
I nick.
go hello at.
Let's have another Eric. We haven't had an Eric for ages. Do we have a holding to besiege? We do have a holding to besiege. Let's nip back to this battle.
So you can scroll up to there so you can write at the bottom of the page.
It is one of my main things.
Well, the margin's too small, look at it. That's the margin. It's the size of a small pig.
Right, we now have slightly more of Ireland than we did before. That's nice. Come on, hurry up and win this battle. Excellent. What are we besieging? Sadly, it is not made of cheese.
Oh yes, my suggestion was that you try granting Volgast independence just before the crusade starts, wasn't it? If you're allowed. Oh, are you allowed to grant people independence while you're at war?
No. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not. Crusade, Pomerania. Well, too late now.
That would only is if you aren't allowed to grant independence while you're at war. But I kind of assume you're not, because that would allow you to cheat this kind of thing rather more grievously than I was otherwise suggesting you should.
Yes. Anyway, I hold it, so I'd need to raise someone up and then give it to them.
It wouldn't be hard to find someone in your court who would like it. But like, if you can't grant independence while you're at war, then there's no point doing any preparatory work.
So what, you mean pick a random vassal and see, can I? So the person in question that I'm granting it to must be at peace. I don't have to be.
Right.
So
So I think I'll just do some checking because I'm slightly concerned that it might not help. Oh. Hang on. I'm a bit confused by that because
haha, the Scottish troops that they're raising for the crusade, I can go and handily kick in order to deal with my war on Scotland. The Stoats.
okay, according to this,
Yes.
a crusade targets all territories in a de jure kingdom held by heathens or heretics.
Right.
So, what you would have to do, and it might not be a completely stupid thing, would be to grant Volgast. I suspect you might not be allowed to grant Volgast to a Christian, and then reconquest it once the Crusaders finished. But I suspect you can't grant it to a Christian because I suspect you can't grant landed titles to people who aren't co-religionists.
Is that a hard and fast rule? You can't say we'll make an exception because you're actually good at ruling things.
I think I can usually grant titles for co-religionists, but I don't think I have any Christians kicking around in my court.
So it would require a fair amount of faff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just accept that, like, well, I mean, assuming you lose the crusade, which well, you've got quite a lot of help this time.
It's true.
Your army's already reasonably well organised because you're in the middle of a bunch of other wars.
It's kind of true. They're also kind of small at the moment. I may be better off dismissing them and reorganising them. But once they've committed on being somewhere else. You're my son. You're only slightly useless. Oh. Hmm. Hmm.
I give up with trying to exist.
The keys are like right next to each other.
I know. Typing is hard. Why can't I words? I don't know. This is quite hard to follow with Stephen because she seems to mix up equals and if and only fairly freely. So one calculation with
that's
A,
perfectly reasonable. They mean the same thing.
A equals calculation B equals calculation C, if and only calculation D equals E. They're all equal signs, just some if and only if for no obvious reason.
Right, you've declared war on me for that.
It's just if and only if it's just equals for booleans.
If you say A equals B if and only if C, that's not asserting that A and C are the same thing.
Right,
No.
I'm going to...
But A equals B equals C.
I know.
Perfect reason.
Anyway, I'm going to surrender in the crusade because someone else has declared another war on me that I actually want to win.
Right.
So I'm going to surrender in that. You're besieging something, which is good. Look, I sent you an otter.
Yes. Pope is considering it.
Right. Victorious Crusaders. Some guy has Pomerania. Right. I think I don't have a claim on Pomerania. But of course I can still go and county conquest Vologorsk, which has acquired some
Sean Connery's Podolek.
more letters in it. Hey, what happened to lose me so much at that? Ah.
Okay, my Jesus first yesterday started putting umlauti diaristy things over their vowels in the names for some reason. It's probably with Alex putting it over his E. And I wonder how you pronounce that. Erska Kerwell was okay, put it over the O's and Kerwell, but how would you pronounce A-L-E diaristic?
Well, that's not done in German. In
no, French you have Noel, for example. They Alex.
Yes, but there it's actually being an indication that this should be pronounced as two
I
separate.
know.
I'll vote for Aliox.
Alex. Yes,
So yes, I don't know of a language in which that has any meaning.
okay.
Second bond. You lot, who the hell are you? Right, okay, you lot going over there. You lot can come and join us. You lot go over there. And let's discover that they've raised some more troops a long way away. In East Norway. Hooray, I've not raised more people in East Norway. Okay, so at least we're there, at least we're fighting that lot. Which might mean we might end that war at some point. Has that made? Okay. Right, let's go and cheer up the Grand Mayor of Venice. Oh, hang on, I've achieved 100% in that war. Release the altar. Right, you're not getting whatever county it was that you wanted, mate. So, Scotland, you say? Gluing you lot together, how many people do you have there? You have quite a lot of people there. Is there anything that I can do about my life choices? Oh, there we go. Have we got anywhere nearby that can raise a lot of ships? We have. Right. You lot are going over there then.
What my reason? Because it was mostly purple. This is why I'm probably not going to put to a vote with triple changer I should get, because if I give the option between the white fuel transporter / cargo plane, or the beige and slightly purple tank / jet, or the entirely purple locomotive / space shuttle, I think I know which is going to win.
That does seem not much like a brainer.
It's true.
Yes.
So what's this other war you got into while you weren't paying attention, Erison?
This other war, this is someone trying to take a county off me. You know, the usual.
Which you wanted to win more than you wanted to win the Crusade? Or just you thought you could win more than you thought you
it's
could
more
win the
that I
Crusade?
could win and the Crusade wasn't looking that feasible. The Crusade was, I think, already at like -20 or something by the time I killed it.
Sure, it's win the easy one of these wars or win neither.
Yeah. Or potentially win neither. Because, they've raised for, like... Come on, ship faster. What's the... So... Okay, you're besieging places back rather than coming and attacking me. Weirdo freak bunnies. Okay. What does our war score here consist of? Okay, it mostly consists of battles, so, you know, states really. Right, let's glue you together. Put together our most kick-ass commanders. Which probably does include me. And right. Now,
Do I have some more to calm the grounds of our relative separation?
states, I don't know.
I wish I knew how that's accomplished. I had no crunch chapters. And the crunch chapter sweeping the campus from before all the time.
When we get back, Jacob has a Transformers question.
Oh, is it about A or B?
He's asking for clarification of the pictures.
Beep! Well, something's gone badly wrong there.
I will look at this question from Jacob. What is the question from Jacob? What are the little nodules that can neither aeroplanes nor guns? They might be nipples. Oh, those things over there. They are kind of nipples. They go in the chest. Hang on. Jacob, are you listening? I could describe in words if you're listening.
We'll have to work out how long to wait until Jacob says yes or doesn't.
I think he is not one of our two. We only have two concurrent viewers.
How many consecutive?
I think one. I think as far as I can see, no one has disconnected from the stream yet. Oh no, sorry, 3 playbacks, which means that someone must have.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
My Scottish lot in terrible retreat have, rather than Scottish Army,
Yes, this is a particularly sneaky thing you could do if you can predict where the enemy is going to retreat to.
okay, you have hired a bunch of people. Where did you get all the money from? I'm pretty sure you didn't have that much money
You just
first.
won a crusade.
Oh yeah, that's where she got all the money from. It is traditional. On the other hand,
They are a brand new.
they're a brand new army.
Did you just thrash them into the ground very quickly?
I did just thrash them. I didn't, you know.
Only
I got
1.7%
1.7% war score, which is a bit unfortunate.
I mean, you might want to find some more troops to send over there.
Well, I am finding some more troops from over here. But unless I can't raise any more at the moment. unless I dismiss some first. And I think
why are you
that's
listening now, Jacob?
also a bit of a risk.
Hooray! Okay, so it's very confusing. In the comics and cartoons it was different, but the summary is a bunch of Transformers ended up on an alien planet, and for various reasons, some of them lost their power, some of them did whatever, some tried to form alliances with the people, and some of the Nebulans, the human-type creatures on the planet, underwent a process that made them gain the ability to transform into things. So some of them became the heads of the robots and took over control of certain Transformers. Some became the guns of the robots and joined them in the battle. And some became the engines for the ones that ran out of power. And these two are Power Masters, a better name than Target Masters, a much better name than Headmasters. And so the engine things there are little people transformed into engine mode, and they plug into the planes and to the people and do stuff. So there. That's the summary of what's going on. So there. And these two, more excitingly than that, they actually combine together into a weird multiple jets, one pod on the other thing doesn't really work. So there. So now we'll have one of those tomorrow, and at some point the other one. So there you go. And since you don't care, don't bother looking up Power Masters Transformers, because it's not really worth the time. Better than Headmasters though. But they're kind of fun. These two are called Dreadwind and Darkwing, and when they combine they become Dreadwing. Not Darkwind.
Which is just there to make it difficult to type.
I know. Right.
Problem is their 5,000 troops are accruing stuff.
Yes.
I think my inclination is to get my troops together with some other troops and then save and stop and have a think about it overnight, or at least let my subconscious have a think about it overnight on the ground of the fact that I've got no brain. I can't think of anything good to do.
There are other masters and head power and there are action masters. Action masters is a stupid thing later on, which I just didn't want to with at all, was lost my time, where they got infected by some kind of thing and lost the ability to transform. What's the point of that? And therefore they released a whole range of toys which didn't transform, and that struck me as silly. So those
Self-duel.
I know, what's the point of that?
No, self-duel would mean that you had a complicated transformation mechanism
Into
that left
yourself.
them looking exactly the same, but with all the pieces in different places.
Well, there are a couple. There are the clones. There are two robots that are identical, and one turns into a bird and one turns into a leopard kind of thing, which is quite nice. Have I got the picture of the Lambos?
Right, I think I'm going to save and stop and turn into a snooze stoat. The year is 1112. Good night, stream.